Esta vieja loca es mi vecina.
Es realmente un alivio ver que no has heredado la gigantesca cabeza de tu tío.
Dios santo, ¿ese esqueleto andante acaba de hablar? Verás que las cosas son muy diferentes por aquí.
If I'm not wrong, this is your first time working together, but it seems like you've been working for ages. So what was the...
Oh, we've been locked in this room for a long time.
Yeah. No, yeah, it's the first time.
So
Sí, es primera vez.
Yes.
Sí.
So what is, how do you develop the chemistry between the both of you?
It just is, or it just isn't, and it was.
I think it was au natural. There was, yeah, it just fell into place. That's one of the things. When you work with someone for the first time, you cross your fingers and you let the chips fall where they may. Luckily, I think we had undeniable chemistry.
And this question is for you, Kate. Usually we think that comedy roles are not as important as dramatic roles because the drama are going to be award and something like that. But when you get a comedy role, you enjoy it a lot, and also you show us new faces of you. You're really funny in the film.
I just don't think that way. I don't know an actor who really does think that way. I think you do what comes along. And when this came along, I went, fantastic, I'm gonna finally work with Jack and get to work with Eli Roth, you know, whose work is so kind of strong and terrifying. And I loved the script. And so that was it. And I think, you know, with a so-called dramatic role, you have to find the levity and the humor in it. Otherwise it just sinks like a lead balloon. And with comedy, you have to find the truth. So it's kind of, I don't think about things in genre in that way.
About the film, it's a horror film, but also for childhood and the young audience. But do you remember the first film when you were a child that you really feel scared about it?
Well, can I go?
Yeah, go.
Poltergeist and Jaws. And there was this film, and it was a B-grade film, where a group of people went into this old scientist's house, and he was working with mutants, and he developed a mutant tarantula. And this huge tarantula took over the whole of the haunted house, and that was pretty scary. A tarantula the size of an apartment block. That was pretty scary for me as a child.
For me, it was The Shining. Terrifying.
Yeah, it's still
and
terrifying.
it was like a psychological. It was like watching someone lose their mind. Jack Nicholson was so.
See, I didn't watch that
good
as a
at
kid. I watched that when I was a bit older.
I was
How
a
old
little
were you?
too young. I was a little too young. And also another one that I saw when I was too young, Alien.
Oh.
Because I was like 10 years old, and I
yes.
said to my dad, "I'm 10.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm an adult. I have 2 numbers in my
Yeah.
age. I'm ready. I want to see Alien." And he's like, and he didn't know because he hadn't seen it. He's like, "Yeah, that sounds. I think you're ready to see a scary movie. Let's go see Alien." And I had nightmares
That was really
for
scary.
weeks.
Yeah, that's a bad one.
A disgusting monster explodes out of someone's chest.
Yeah.
We don't have anything like that in the house with a clock in its walls. We have scary,
No.
but not like that. Not like nightmares for weeks
We
scary.
have creepy scary.
So your character, Jack, is like a mess, being an uncle and also being a wizard.
Yes.
But this makes...
A warlock.
A warlock,
Different
yeah.
than a wizard.
Yeah, different completely, yes, of course.
Not like Dumbledore.
Yeah. But because you are a sorcery magician. But at the end, your character is like a really great influence to your nephew because he discovered that he could be someone weird and nobody cares. You will be happier being weird, no? What do you think about?
I'm definitely comfortable in the eccentric, weirdo roles. You know, I feel like I've never quite fit into society either, and that's why I'm drawn to those roles. But when you were saying that I'm a sorcerer, I think that's interesting. I think a sorcerer is somewhere between a wizard and a warlock. There's a sorcerer. There's 3 different magical.
Sorcerers
people.
Conjure, don't they?
Yeah.
But you still the hand thing.
This is what it's all about. I think the warlock does this a lot. The sorcerer does this a lot.
Oh, okay. What does the wizard do?
The wizard just goes.
Yeah.
¿Le has contado todo a Luis?
Bueno, no todo.
¿No oyes el tic-tac? Tic-tac, tic-tac.
Esta casa era de otro brujo.
Es muy malvado. Muy poderoso.
Dejó un reloj escondido en alguna pared. No sabemos lo que hace, solo que es algo horrible.